pretty faces, welcome to my channel. My name is Chukwemeka. All for the benefit of those that are not Nigerians, are not Igbos. Chukwemeka is God has done great things. So that's the meaning. So you can call me Chukwemeka or call me anything. A lot of people normally massacre my name, but that doesn't matter. I don't take offense, okay? Today we're going to talk about a special thing. It's about healthy relationship. How do we sustain a relationship? But before we go further, let us pray. Father in heaven, we thank you for today. We thank you for bringing us together to deliberate as we share our words. May it bear fruits in us, and may we benefit immensely from it. Amen. Well, and let me just do something again because I don't usually do this, but I will do it. Okay. If you want us to become one big family, do you know what you're going to do for me? And this is a favor. I will just ask once or favor. Please click on the subscription button somewhere so that we become part of one body. You understand? We'll have this rosy relationship. And also, I'm just growing. I'm growing the channel. There's this advertisement I used to watch on the television. It says, from little things, big things grow. 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 Well, I don't just want to be an opera now. Okay, let's go into today's topic. Well, a lot of us, we share this phenomenon together. We share relationship. None of us will say, I'm not in any relationship. Let me extend relationship meaning to say within family cycle, you have relationship with your brothers, your sisters, your parents. In a work environment, you have relationship with your colleagues, with your boss, employee and employer relationship. In a community, you have relationship with your neighbors, isn't it? While we're talking about all these varying relationships, the most important one today is romantic relationship. What really leads to marriage, that's what I'm talking about. But we will learn from this. We will learn from this as it actually has tentacles. It's spread around all the relationship. And what I'm going to talk about is that I have experienced it. A lot of us have experienced it. And if and only if we talk about it, probably some of our challenges, or maybe some of the challenges that we face in a relationship, will be ameliorated, will be lessened. You understand? So let's dive into it. At times people tend to wonder, why is it that a very, very sweet romantic relationship that you see from the outside tend not to be what it is from the inside? That question is not only asked by several people, I've also reflected on it because I've had such relationships. But today, I just want to say something that I would say it is a history that I have experienced and lessons that I've learned from those history. I was talking to a friend of mine who happens to be a reverend father. He was ordained a priest in the Catholic Church, and I'm now currently residing in Rome, that's Vatican. I was talking to him last week, so he was now telling me, hey, actually, there are two types of relationship. Sometimes people are attached to you, and sometimes people are assigned to you. So you could see the two spectrum, attached and assigned. And he said that those that are attached to you sometimes come with conditions. They have conditions. And largely their conditions is all about self-centeredness. For example, when someone comes to you to marry you, probably the person wants you to be somebody that they're picturing in their head. They've had an image of someone they want to marry. They want someone who talks certain ways, and they want someone who provides all the needs. They want someone who could kowtow to all the directives. They never wanted opposition. They just want to benefit. So it's more like the word, people could use the word, I don't want to use that word, using. They would like to use you. They would like to utilize every opportunity they have. So they're attached to you. And the problem with that is that when it's waning, when it's sort of getting lesser in intensity, they start withdrawing. So their love for you, their presence is conditional to certain things they've already built in their heads. Then he told me that there are also people that are assigned to you. And those ones, yes, they must have prayed for a good boyfriend, husband. And once they meet someone that God has assigned to them, they cherish the person. They don't have conditions, even if probably they have ups and downs, they tend to work around it. They tend to cherish each other. Because from the inception, what they believe is that the love is sort of like a sacrificial journey. It is a journey for growth, and it's a journey that two people are embarking. There is no one that is an island, and there's nothing like intolerance. And thereby he said that if you compare these two things, that currently our world, the world we live, the modern world we live today, Gen Z or whatever word we call it, that we live today, 21st century, the the year of artificial intelligence, the year of social media. At this time, people tend to be driven towards attachments. And he said that it's getting worse. And that's why you see a lot of people having breakups and having deserted homes. And he said that I should pray. You understand? So we prayed, and at the end of the day, I went home to reflect. Personally, I've had my share of experience, and in fact, it took me to a very dark hole that I have to withdraw myself to reflect. And the thing with me is that I'm sort of like a kind of person that if I have an emotionally distraught feelings, I tend to withdraw myself, and I sort of like tend to reflect on it. I could say that I am sort of my therapy. I used to be my own therapist. I get myself sort of like involved in dialogue. And sometimes it is not a good way because your head will be, spinning. You may not just want to do what other people are doing. You will stay indoors. You will withdraw yourself from people. But all I kept doing is to reflect on it, to pray over it, and to refine myself for better. Because one thing about breakups is that when you try to extol your own points against the other person's points, once you want to make yourself the victim, you understand, it's not going to be the solution. So you just have to tell yourself the truth. You have self-critical mind and pursue change in its reality. So at the end of the day, I now discover that there is something lacking. And that thing that lacks would be significant in every relationship. It doesn't matter where you're from, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter the gender, it doesn't matter the position. It is significant in every relationship. And once we have this particular trait in us, in a relationship tends to blossom, it tends to last. And what am I talking about? Respect. Respect could be how many letter words? It could be 7 letter words. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not good with my spelling. Then, if we could see that word respect, we could say, oh, just 7 letter words or thereabout. Doesn't really matter. Some people don't give it much of a thought. But respect is one of the germane factor in every relationship. And it doesn't matter if you are male, like I said, female, it doesn't matter your position, it doesn't matter, I came from a culture where sometimes people believe that men should be respected as against ladies should be under men and all those kind of things. However, when you look at it decisively, respect doesn't matter who you are. Respect should be shared equally. Be you man, be you woman, be you the child of the family. When a child wants to speak to the parents, he or she speaks with respect. And when the parents want to speak to the child, they also speak with respect. So it is essential in a relationship to maintain trust, communication, and understanding between family or between two couple, I don't want to go further talking about other type of relationship, but let's talk about romantic relationship. Two people without respect, all this maintaining trust, communication, understanding will be far-fetched. Without respect, relationship can quickly deteriorate. It will lead to misunderstanding, bickering, conflict, and ultimately a breakdown of that relationship. And relationship is not, respect is not all about being polite or being sort of like saying kind words. It goes deeper than that. Respect means valuing one partner's thoughts, feelings, and opinion, even if they differ from your own. You have to understand each other. You have to come to a point where it's going to be a consensus and it's non-negotiable. It means treating your partner with kindness and consideration, even when you are upset and frustrated. Respect also involves active listening. You have to listen. You have to make effort to understand their perspective. You have to show empathy. That's what brings momentum. It brings momentum in a relationship. You have to support your partner. Respect is also a way of building strong foundation of trust in a relationship. You'll be asking me, how is this respect the most important thing? How is it? It is important because when you respect yourself, you feel secure in the knowledge that the both of you valued each other, appreciated each other. This sense of trust, this sense of, say, you value each other, actually open up honest communication. Because when you see someone who has sort of ulterior, you don't understand the person, all that you know is the person pounds at the slightest provocation. Sometimes you don't really open up. You won't have honest communication. And it won't actually lead to any greater connection. There won't be connection. But when there is respect, there will be greater connection. Lack of respect brings mistrust, resentment, and insecurity. It creates barrier and it erodes any relationship. So for me, I would say that yes, love is important. Yes, trust is important. Yes, people should not cheat in a relationship. Yes, people should not really hold sort of like um, grievances in a relationship. In other words, you shouldn't have this sort of hardened heart of not forgiving. And people should not also pay lip service to being repentant. All these things are very important. But the controlling, driving force, the factor that holds this, that makes this very important, is respect. Without which, there's nothing you achieve. Nothing. So people should trace back to that one important factor in a relationship, which is respect. I hope that once we reflect on this, once we meditate on this, we'll understand it better. And I was going through a Bible verse because each week I used to have a day dedicated for my Bible reflection. Then I was reading Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4 to 7. It says, love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil but rejoices with the truth. It always protects. It always trusts. It always hopes. It always perseveres. This is the Bible. But in all this, you could sum it up to say respect. Because once you respect someone, you won't be easily angered. Once you respect someone, you won't have this sort of that mindset, that stony mind of not forgiving someone. If you respect someone, you wouldn't dishonor the person. If you respect someone, you won't be so proud of it. And this is why I said respect is beyond personal feelings. It's not about, oh, I feel that I should be the one being respected because I'm a man, or because I'm a lady, because I'm a provider, or because I am not the child, or because respect is a common phenomenon that people in the family, in a relationship cycle, should embrace, no matter your position, no matter your status, no matter who you are. I hope that all of us will learn from this and put it in practice. Stay safe.